Hey, it's Kimberlee and welcome back to my channel. I make videos on all things lifestyle on a budget. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how to save money right now. If you watched my recent video, you know that I'm finally debt free. I paid off all my credit card recently. And in the last few months of my journey, I followed an aggressive approach to saving money, and I want to share those tips with you. So if you're not changing your job right now and you need to find that money ASAP, I'm going to help you find it. So keep on watching. There's two things that I want to share before we get into the tips. And the first thing is that we need to lose the shame that's associated with not having enough money, not being able to know how to find enough money, and not being aware of your own budget. Lose the shame. You're here because you want to make a change, and that is the first step. There's nothing wrong with seeking help, so I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I can share what worked for me. Number two, and this is actually something I'm going to touch on in another video coming up, so stay tuned and stay subscribed for that. Track every single purchase that you are making going forward from this day on, from this second on, right now. Write it down, log it in a calendar. You need to know every single purchase that you're making, because chances are there is money out there that you're aimlessly spending and you just have no idea. That is what we're going to fix. But write down every single purchase that you make every time you do it, immediately after or at the end of the day. Log it, keep track of it so you know and you can see flat out where that extra money is and where your expenses are going. All right, let's get into the tips. And one more reminder, they are aggressive, but you can do it, trust me. Number one quickest way to save money: no food or drink purchases Monday to Friday. No food, no drink, on the go, cut it out right away. You're gonna save so much money. If you are like, I need my coffee to survive, you can make that at home. Think about it. Especially in New York City, we spend so much money on food that is overpriced. Everything that we just pick up on the way home, while we're out, that morning coffee, that afternoon coffee, that evening coffee, whatever it is, too much money just easily disappears. So I want you to get aggressive, and I want you to stop spending money on food or drink from Monday to Friday. You are gonna maybe increase your grocery budget, or it's gonna be the same grocery budget, but you're just not gonna have spoiled food anymore. You'll actually be eating it yourself. If you're trying to pay your bills, if you're trying to keep that rent going, if you're trying to pay down that credit card debt, that stuff in this moment is much more important than that coffee. Let's just put it out there. You can find two optional days during the week if you're like, well, Thursday and Friday, I don't do X, Y, and Z, but Saturday and Sunday, I really want to try to cut it out. Then switch up your days around. But the basis is Monday to Friday, you want to get in the habit of not spending anything on food or drink. Now, if you want to go one step further, which I think is really helpful and something that I eventually did as well, is no purchases from Monday to Friday. No outside purchases. Now, of course, everyone's situation is different. That may not be possible. Cut out all the things that are just crutches in your life that you don't actually need and that you can get rid of for the time being as you're working towards a higher goal, which is to save that money. It took a little bit at first, but honestly, my bank account was like, yeah, we should save. So I was kind of fine with it. Now it's definitely been over a year of applying this, and I'm so completely used to it. It's imprinted in my head. But the obvious thing is that if I say have a party or something, or a friend has a birthday during the week, and I will spend that money, so you can eventually break it. But if you're in aggressive mode where it's like, I really gotta save this money right now, I can't afford this, you don't go, or you just have water, or you just don't spend any money. Find other things that you can do that don't involve dropping $100 plus in a night. An easy alternative is bring the party to your place, bring the party to a friend's place, party in the park while it's still warm outside, party outdoors in an open space, but it's just like bring your own, etc. Cook nights in, because you cannot afford it right now because you're doing your glow up, and everyone that around you that wants you to succeed will understand that and will respect that and will think of an alternative with you. It really more is about spending with the person, is it not? And especially if you live in the city, there are plenty of fun things that you can do that do not cost you any money, that do not help you break the bank. As I mentioned in that debt video recently, I left space for fun. So this is the aggressive approach, but there is some space in there to kind of get you used to it. You can make the judgment call, but when you're actually trying to get aggressive with this in the moment, it is really best to just stick with it. Now, the same thing with shopping in person on the way home, which we're going to be cutting out. No online shopping. This is a really big one. Gotten so used to it, especially during quarantine, or especially if you're working from home, or you're just like, well, I don't want to go in store anymore or anything like that. Cut out the purchases. Cut it out. Something that I did a while back that you guys know is that I cut out my Amazon purchases. Amazon was a crutch for me. Oh my goodness. It's just so easy, especially after I moved into my apartment. I actually weaned myself off of it, and here's how I did that. I stuck down to doing one Amazon purchase a month. That was what I was giving myself. So throughout the month, I would add things to my favorites or to my cart that I was so interested in. So you still got the excitement of like shopping around on Amazon. And then at the beginning of that next month, I would look through within that first week, see the things if I really still wanted them, and then I would go ahead and purchase them. You know what ends up happening over time? I don't really make those purchases anymore. On a side note, unsubscribe from all those emails that give you offers, because that's gonna just keep popping in your inbox, and then you're gonna go to the website and you're like, oh, that's cute. Oh, but it's on sale. This makes sense. I'm gonna buy it. You don't need to do any of that. Cut out the emails, unsubscribe, unsubscribe, unsubscribe. No Ubers, no Lyft rides, no ride shares, no taxis. Now, obviously, I'm not talking about when you're stranded and this is how you get to work every day. The same thing with transportation. Obviously, you're going to have a budget for that. But this is for the, I don't really feel like taking the subway home. I'm just gonna hop on a Lyft instead. Oh, I don't feel like walking. Oh, I don't feel like doing the stairs. Cut it out. You are going to take the subway. You are going to take the bus. You're going to spend $275 instead of $30, $40, $50. Now, if you have to get even more aggressive with your approach, start looking at those extracurriculars. Can you cut out the gym for a little bit? Can you cut out your fitness classes? This is a harder one because now you're starting to delve into things that you truly, really enjoy, that you are doing for yourself, but is it costing too much? Is it out of your reach in this moment? Look in the mirror and ask yourself if that $200 gym membership is really worth it in that moment, or could you use that $200 towards a bill or towards your debt? Alternatively, as you guys know, because you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I stopped going to the gym for a really long time. I only recently started doing workouts in person again. I was getting my workout on with YouTube. There are full workouts on YouTube. There are workouts with weights. There's yoga. There's jump rope. You guys already know I have a playlist about the jump ropes that got me in tip-top shape. It is a free alternative. None of these programs that I watched cost any money, so that is a good way to kind of look around and see. Or could you cut back? Instead of the unlimited membership, could you look at the amount of times that you go and maybe cut back a little bit? Now, yes, health, fitness, wellness are incredibly important. It's something that I try to figure out as well. I only recently started going back in February when I could put it back into my budget. So think wisely, choose wisely. Now, if there are any tips that you're like, I refuse to do X, Y, and Z, you can consider that a non-negotiable, and you can make a separate list of things that you just can't live without. But chances are you can live without. You're gonna revisit that back again to see if there's anything you can budge on for the time being. Now, these quickest ways to save money, it is temporary, but it's things that you actually could do for the long term if you have a goal like I did, which was to pay down my credit card debt. Even if it's small bills for the month, you can do this short term. The overall goal here is to control your spending habits, and with the tips that I just gave you, though they may seem aggressive, these are the things that helped me for almost 2 years now to actually pay down my debt, to get the savings that I need to afford the place that I am in right now, because they be raising the rent. But anyway, you can find things within your means. And another thing to help with not feeling like you have to handle this all by yourself is to bring people in on the journey with you. Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your loved one, tell your kids what you're doing, and bring them in on the journey. Even when there is a sale, I'm not really looking around like, oh, I absolutely need this. I'm like, I should do laundry and then see what I have left over. That literally happened to me recently. I was like, you know, I really like this outfit, but let me do laundry and see what I actually have in my closet, because I might already have this or I might not even need this. Just saying, do your laundry. It really does change things. It changed it for me. So those are my quick tips of saving money. Let's have a discussion down below. Share the biggest changes that has helped you to save money or find money within your reach. What are the things that you cut back on to get closer to your goals? Trust me when I say that you can absolutely do this. This is totally possible. This is something that will help you in the long run. I am so excited for the journey that you're on. I trust and believe that you can do this, and I am looking forward to seeing how you can take control of your finances. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.